Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's your boy Carcino here. We're going to go through it really as quick as I possibly can. This is Cleo, better known as Cleo Trapper. Well, yeah, I know, right? She's best friends with Ice Spice, right? And her and Ice Spice was besties, and both of them rapped. And Ice Spice said, "Hey, we got some extra room on the tour. You can come on the tour." And Cleo goes on the tour, and she was like, "We were supposed to share rooms together. That didn't happen. And then I had to carry my own bags. They wanted us to change in the bathroom. I couldn't get a chicken salad. I wasn't in the budget for a chicken salad. It was just unbelievable. I was mistreated." So she just goes out on Instagram or TikTok, this was, and just went on a complete rant about her best friend. Now, y'all let me know the difference between best friends and business, or who's at fault. Let's listen.
It doesn't belong to the person above. Some people are lucky, and we're going to call it luck. We're not going to call it her being blessed, because I don't think the Lord will bless somebody like her. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cleo. So y'all know me. I've always been vocal about everything, about literally everything. Nobody can shut me up. Nobody can silence me. Like, was you silenced or was you silenced? Okay, and nobody's gonna do that to me. This video isn't to bash anyone. This is for me to speak on my experience and what I went through. And I want my fans to learn from this. My fans, my followers, my supporters, my future fans, followers, supporters. You don't even have to like me. I want y'all to literally take this situation that I'm about to break down to y'all and be inspired by it. And understand that no matter what the opportunity is, nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity. It does not matter. It does not give a door, an open way for somebody to try to humiliate you or try to make you feel less than. And I feel as though being such a confident black woman, I'm sorry. I didn't look, I'm ashy as fuck as a black woman. I didn't even want to like start tearing, okay? Anyways, as a black woman, a confident one who knows exactly who she is and exactly what she wants in this world, people are so intimidated by it. And it's either you're intimidated and scared of it, or you love it and you just love it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I was around somebody who was clearly intimidated by me, like, and just who I am as a person. And at first it might have been something that they liked, but as you can see, I only go up, and I could be seen as a threat to somebody who clearly isn't confident. I can fall out with a friend over miscommunications, misunderstandings. That's okay. You know, we can work it out. Honestly, it's not something that is like has to end everything. You know what I'm saying? But you actually have one time to show me that you are jealous, intimidated, untrustworthy, fake, disloyal, and genuine, manipulative, and calculated. And I promise you that will be the last time you ever play with me. Now I will break down how it ended. And for a lot of people that don't know, me and Ice did not grow up together. That is not my childhood friend. I met her 2 years ago. Before she blew up, I was very supportive of her. Before she even blew up, I was somebody that genuinely liked her. I was like, this girl is so cute. I seen her video on my Explore. She didn't even drop her viral song yet. And I was so supportive of her. Now, anyways, I'm just going to tell the story because you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know why we are not friends anymore, because a lot of y'all loved us being together. You guys do deserve to know why we're not friends. Y'all do deserve to know who y'all are so obsessed with. Y'all love her so much. Y'all deserve to know who that girl is as an actual human being. As an actual human being. Fuck looks. Fuck looks. Fuck all of that. As a human being, at your soul. Y'all deserve to know. So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I could be doing. I could be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever, ever, ever brought me out on stage. I was like, oh, wait. Okay. Like, I guess this girl, in my head, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I guess she's really trying to make up for that fake shit that got exposed, like, a month ago. Like, she's really trying to, like, you know, be a actual friend, because that shit was weird as fuck. And I checked her about that shit. And even for her to apologize was like pulling teeth. Like, girl, you got caught calling your friend jealous for no fucking reason. And her excuse was that I didn't speak up when I was asked if she was Nigerian. Like, girl, I met you a month before that video. I didn't even know you was Nigerian. So that was kind of weird to me too, that she was upset at me for not knowing if she was Nigerian. And she said that you could have at least said I was black. Like, girl, I didn't even know you. Am I your PR? Am I supposed to be clearing up every time somebody's asking about you being black or Nigerian? Like, that's not my role. And I don't even know you. And I don't even know you. So I was so confused. Anyways, we moved past. Anyways, after that situation that had happened with her ex-best friend exposing her for calling like just about everybody jealous, that was kind of like sick too, because why do you think everybody's jealous of you? She literally tried to link me being jealous of her with that interview of me not knowing if she was Nigerian. And I'm just like, girl, are you crazy? And she never said that she felt the way. And it was just like, I didn't even know that she was mad at me. She's just in messages talking about me. So she tells me, like, I think everybody's jealous of me. Don't take offense to it. I say that about everybody. I'd say that everybody's jealous of me. I even say that about my mom. Like, that's kind of sick. But okay. Like, okay. Fast forward though, I started thinking that a lot of the things that Ice was doing was calculated. Like, even the thing after her best friend exposing her, it was like, oh, like, let's go to the basketball game. Come with me to this basketball game. I'm thinking like, oh, she just wanted me to come with her to a basketball game. Like, maybe she's trying to make it up. I don't know why I kept thinking like she was trying to make it up for being like caught being fake. But it was just like, even a basketball game, it was like one day later, she's like dropping a song. It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro. Like, it was never like just some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, wait, this girl kind of uses me for her rollouts. So I'm just like, okay. When the tour thing came out, I'm like, oh, she's actually trying to like give me something now. Like, okay. She's trying to make it up. She's trying to be an actual good friend. I made a flyer announcing that I was going to be coming on tour with her. It did not even get reposted. It didn't even get a comment or a like, and she was tagged in it. The bill, it didn't even have my name on it. Like, just about nobody knew I was coming on tour. It was like a special guest. Like, she didn't even like shine any sort of like her own light on me. It was like kind of like all me. Like, I want my fans to come out. Like, she didn't really try to like mesh me in with her actual fan base or try to like put her fan base onto me. Very calculated, you know? It was just given like, oh, let's let Cleo eat, but we gonna give her crumbs. Like, we gonna shine light on her, but let's dim it. You know what I'm saying? It just gave that so much. Online says the show starts at 8. It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show starts. So that was kind of weird in itself. I had no idea what to expect going on tour. I had no idea until I got on tour and started seeing certain things, and I'm just like, wait, why don't I have that? I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no writer. I was with her. And before I came on tour, I asked her what were the things that I was going to have to pay for, because this is so last minute. Like, you're only giving me one day to prepare. Like, it's July 30 something and we going on tour August 1st. Like, girl, like literally one day. So I'm just like, what do I have to pay for? Nothing. You're going to be with me. You're good. You're going to be with me. So I was like, okay, everything is handled. I'm just going to go. I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to make the absolute best out of it. I don't have no dances or nothing. I'm just going to go out there and do what I can do. So that's that. I'll tell y'all how the tour went now. Please keep in mind that before I went on tour, I had one day to prepare. One single day. Everything was a rush, but you know, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is going to be good for me. And again, did not have I didn't know what to expect. This is my first tour. Like, I wasn't allowed to bring anybody. She said if I brought anybody, I was going to have to pay for their hotel and transportation. I'm just like, girl, I didn't even have time to prepare for this. Like, I only got one day. Like, you feel me? Like, you, it's damn near like me putting everything, like putting my needs to the side to accomplish something. I have things to pay for myself as an independent artist. So, of course, I'm thinking, like, of ways to not come too much out of pocket for a tour that doesn't even have me on the bill. Like, I'm not even on the lineup, like, okay? Anyways, let's go into how the tour went. So, first couple of days was cute. We went to Philly, and this is when things go left now. Yeah, we're in a hotel room. We're not sure if we're gonna like bring our bags to the venue, because I guess like we were gonna come back to the hotel. But she told me, don't leave your bags at the venue. You might need some. You don't leave your bags at the hotel. You might need something in it. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it. Her security, who brings all her bags, she has like 10 bags. He brought my bag. Brought the bags down. And now we're at the venue, and I do need something in the suitcase. Like, I had a wardrobe malfunction, like she said I probably would have. That's that she cursed me, okay? Because now I do have a wardrobe malfunction. So I'm like, oh, how can I get the bag? She's like, tell the security to get it for you. I go to the security. I'm like, can you get my bag out the trunk? Because I have no idea where the trunk is, where the car went. We just came into the venue like, we artists, we working, whatever. He goes, he gets the bag. Brings it upstairs. I change, End of the show. I put my bag next to her 10 bags and the big black dresser. And yeah, I'm thinking everything is going to be moved like back into the truck and we could, leave, go back to the hotel. I turned around and my bag is still there. My bag was still there. All her bags was gone. I'm just like, why would somebody just leave my bag? Like, I asked the security, I'm like, can you take my bag? He said no. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? He brought all her bags. He can't take. Okay, I'm like, can I pay somebody to bring my bags down? Because I didn't want to bring the bags down. Why would I want to bring the bags down? I'm just a girl. So I'm asking around, nobody's word. So I'm like, all right, let me bring the bags. I'm tight though. I'm tight. Like, I'm not used to this stuff. Like, what the fuck? I'm just supposed to be performing. Need I remind you, I'm not even allowed to bring somebody on tour with me. So I didn't really have anybody helping me. It was just me. But I feel like she could have simply said to the security, like, take Cleo's bag. Don't forget Cleo's bag. But I got a sense that she just wanted me to struggle. And that's kind of fucked up as like a friend. Like, so I carry the bags. I take one duffel bag. I'm walking down. It's pouring outside. I put it in the car. The fans are screaming, Cleo, can we get a picture? Cleo, can we get a picture? As I'm struggling with a bag. And it's like very embarrassing. It's like very embarrassing. Like, never do fans want to take a picture with me while I'm like carrying big ass bags looking like that. I had to make a second trip for the suitcase. I made the second trip for the suitcase. Do it again. Raining outside, dragging the suitcase, fans in my face. It was so fucking humiliating. I was like, what the fuck? I get in the car, I'm tight. Like, I'm fake drenched and I'm tight. Like, and the car ride is silence. And I know she peeped why I was mad. It's like she just doesn't give a fuck. So we went to the hotel now. When we pull up to the hotel, she's like, telling the security guy what bag she wants taken out the car because we was about to go to the hotel so she could take a shower. But it's like, I perform too. I want to take a shower too. So I'm just like, you the only one that's taking a shower? I want to take a shower too. She's like, oh, you got to tell him what bags to take out or he's not going to take it. And I'm just thinking to myself, didn't I just tell this guy to bring my bags to the car and he said no? So why would I think that he's going to take my bags out because I said so? You know, it's like she just didn't want to speak for me at all. She just wanted to show that you're here alone, bitch. Like, I'm just like, wow. So I come out the car and I'm just telling the bellman, because at least there's a bellman here, and what bags to take out because I'm going to take a shower too. So we go upstairs and it's like after the show, it kind of gives like a rush vibes because we're trying to like hurry up and get back on the bus. So we're in the hotel room and I had this feeling in my chest. I don't know if anybody else who's a real ass bitch gets this feeling. And it's just a feeling and I'm just like, I have to say something, because if I don't say something, I'm going to start moving like I don't like her. So I want to at least say how I feel, get her take on it instead of being angry and just letting it build up frustration in me. So she's in the shower and I'm like about to take my makeup off so that we can, like, you know, I'm not waiting for her to get out the shower to take my makeup off, and it's just delaying us because we're trying to hurry up. So I went to the bathroom, I'm taking my makeup off and I'm like, yo, you know, you asked me to like take my bag. I mean, not you asked me. I'm like, yo, you know, you told me to take my bags with me to the venue. You said that was it was smart for me to take my bags and the reason why. And you even told me to tell your security to bring the bags upstairs. So why would it be a problem for him to bring the bags back to the car? And she goes, that's my security. He works for me. If he feels like he's doing more work, he's gonna want to get paid more. So I'm like, how much does he want to get paid more? Because if I'm gonna be with her this whole tour, I would pay him more. I'll pay him more to carry my bags. I don't want to be carrying my bags. I don't. Like, y'all seen all the fans seeing me carry my bags? That was crazy to me. So I'm like, all right, we gotta figure this out. So like, how much you want to get paid more? He's like, he gets paid a flat rate. I'm like, is this girl serious? She said it like she had no idea what flat rate meant. If he gets paid a flat rate, that means that he'll move a house for you. He's getting paid to work for you. He got paid to work for you. He's moving anything you tell him to move. He's moving anything that you tell him to move. So I'm like, girl, I was carrying them bags out. Like, the fans was all in my face. She started making it seem like she understand, like, oh yeah, that's crazy, da da da. But then she goes back to being weird, and she's just like, he can't leave my side. Like, he can't leave me. That's why. Like, girl, what you mean he can't leave you? So now I catch her again. Like, she's just weird. I'm just like, what you mean he can't leave you? We was up there waiting for him to bring all your bags. He left you several times to bring your bags to the car. He left you a lot of times already. She's like, oh, why would I wait for him to bring your bags to the car? I'm like, The conversation was done after that. It was done. I said, okay, I know the type of girl that I'm dealing with. She's very selfish. Why would we just waited for him to bring your bags? What you mean, why would we wait for my bags now? Like, girl, what? I got out the bathroom. That was the end of it. I didn't bring up that situation no more. I charged it to the game. And charging something to the game is normally something you do regarding business. But I thought that this girl was my friend. So I'm like, why would I have to charge something to the game in this situation? Like, this is supposed to be my friend. But gradually I start seeing that she wasn't really my friend. And that was like the beginning of it. Now, what I didn't know, which I later learned after bringing up everything I went through to her, I learned that this situation where I said something about my bags was the reason why I got mistreated the entire tour after that. And I had no idea that she was so tight at me for saying something, because she's the type of person who doesn't like to be, she doesn't want anything said to her. She feels too big. She feels too highly. She's on her high horse. Nobody can say nothing to her. But that's the type of person I wouldn't want as a friend. Like, I don't want a friend that I can't tell about themselves. Like, I can't tell you about yourself because you're famous. Like, that's sick. It doesn't matter how famous you are. We're still all human beings at the end of the day. And you still could get checked and you still could get told about yourself. Whatever though. So we went to the next places, got back to New York. The New York show was like, I was so like indecisive if I wanted to continue the tour because the bag situation. And I'm just like, oh, because I'm not going to have anybody but me and my managers was working on getting somebody, like some assistant. Anyways, so of course this story is long as fuck because it was 30 days of hell. So yeah, the New York show, I was real indecisive about like continuing the tour. But I have this drive in me where I feel like God wouldn't put me in a situation that I cannot handle. And I felt like he put me in this situation. He gave me this situation, and if I couldn't handle it, he wouldn't have. So any way that anybody is about to treat me, I will overcome it. I'm going to overcome everything. You are not going to trick me out of my spot. You are not going to make me feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I am moving by the grace of God. And that's just that. I don't care. I don't care. And from that moment forward, I said, I'm not even going to speak on anything that makes me feel uncomfortable or makes me feel unwelcomed. But at the end of this, I'm going to say how I feel. I am going to say how I feel, because right now in this moment, I feel like I'm on tour with somebody that don't even fuck with me for real. That's not even really my friend. The New York tour, her dressing room was kind of small. I never have a dressing room. You know what was kind of weird? That she said that I was going to be with her the whole time. Like, I was going to be with her. You're going to be with me. You're good. And when I would come inside the venue, her whole tour production team, they would act like they have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Like, did she not tell you guys that I'm supposed to be in her room? They're just like, oh, we don't have a room for you, but here, they'll give me like a bathroom. The bathroom that everybody's using. They'll give me the bathroom and say, well, you can get dressed inside this bathroom right here. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be in her room though. Like, I'm confused. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was just confusing. So they would like show me bathrooms and little corners that I can get ready in. And I'm just like, what? But need I remind you, every time there was a special guest or somebody that ICE wanted to bring out, they was always accommodated. Somehow they was always able to find a room, and they always had a room for themselves. I never had a room. And I was okay with that because I already came on tour knowing that I was going to be with her. But it annoyed me when they would act like they had no idea where I was supposed to be at. That was confusing to me. So the dressing room is small, and I asked her like, oh, can I get ready inside your room? She's like, come and see the room. I come and see the room, and the room is large enough for us to get ready in it. Like, bro, you invited me on tour, bro. We supposed to be trying to thug it out and make it work because we're friends and we're girls. Like, hello? So we're getting our makeup done. Our chairs are like just back to back, but the room is not, it's not like there's a couch. Her wardrobe is able to fit in there, which is a big ass wardrobe. All her stuff is able to fit in it. She's good. She's good. And I'm good too. I give her space. After I'm done dressing up, I get out the room. I do not sit around in the room and shit because she don't even allow niggas to sit in the room. She just give niggas the boot like anytime she feel like it, which was kind of like weird too because like, girl, why I can't just sit in the room and chill? Like, whatever. So, oh yeah, I forgot. That's because she was tight ever since the Philly show when I said something about the luggage. That is why everything was weird afterwards. Now, I put my bag, literally a tote, on the side of her couch, and she knows it's mine, because she knows that's my bag. I put it on the side of the couch. Her mom and her little sister came in the room, so everybody got out the room, da-da-da-da. Like an hour goes by, I like go downstairs, I walk past the room, I see my bag, like my Telfar bag outside of her door. And I'm just like, wait, why would they kick this little bag out? Like, this little bag was on the side of the couch. Like, why would it need to be kicked out the room? But it's crazy now, a few days later, and I'm not accusing anybody of nothing. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? It could have been somebody that walked past the door and seen a bag in the front of Ice's door. My card was used. $700 and something was used at one of those designer retail websites like Essence or something. I was so gagged. I was just like, what? But of course, call my bank, got my money back. I didn't even make it a thing. But imagine somebody that only has $700 and something in the account. And like, yo, and just imagine how other people could react to that. Like, they would be so fucking gagged, bro. I'm just like, whatever. You know, that's crazy. Because why would you kick my bag out? But like I said, I'm not even going to say nothing. She probably going to argue with me. She probably going to something. Now, I stayed in New York a couple of days to work on my video shoot. When I came back, everything changed. So she told me to take a bunk on her bus because Riot was coming to the back. Riot's coming, so take a bunk on the bus. I was like, okay, girl, I'm not going to cock block. You want to be with your man? Cool, granted. That's what she told me, though. So I'm thinking, when you done, this is like a who knows, the bus ride is mad long. I'm thinking we're going to go back to the hotel when we get to where we going, like we're going to be in the same hotel. So when she got out the back room on the bus, we came out together. It was her, Riot, me, and the security were walking towards the elevator. We go inside the elevator. And this is something that she could have texted me, because she texted me when she said that he was coming on the bus and for me to take a bunk on the bus. So she goes, in the elevator, you're not going to get your own room? I was like, what? I didn't know I was getting my own room. I was mad confused. I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to understand. And I stopped the elevator door from opening. Girl, why you can't say nothing to nobody? Like, why do you always try to give like an embarrassment kind of vibe? Like, it's not even embarrassing, but it's like, that's the vibe that you make it seem like you try to give all the time. Like, girl, you could have texted me that. Cleo, make sure you get your own room. This is the hotel we staying at. Like, damn, why we gotta get to the hotel and you telling me you're not gonna get your own room? Like, I could have had the room booked already before we got here, boo. But on top of that, I didn't even know that I was paying for hotel rooms, because they're staying at five-star hotel rooms every place. Her label's covering everything. Label. Everything's covered. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent artist. Why would I come on this tour knowing that I had one day to prepare? Now I'm going to have to pay for 5-star hotels in every city. This is not something that I signed up for. This is not something that I was prepared for. This is not something that I told my label about. Maybe they could have, not even maybe, they would have helped me. But you gave me one single day to prepare for a tour that you knew about months ago. That's so crazy to me. But we know why now. We know now that you added me to the tour simply because you wanted to damage control. The situation with Baby Stormy was making you look crazy. You thought to yourself, and this is things that I realized after the fact. I told y'all, I really thought that she was trying to make it up. But it wasn't a makeup matter. It was her trying to clean up everything that was going on with her. And let's add Cleo to the tour so people think that I'm a good friend. So people think that I give opportunities to her and I'm nice and I'm good. Her hairstylist end up saying like, you should stay. You got your fans coming out. You already promoted it yourself. Like, your fans is coming to see you. Do it for your fans. She put that battery in my back to really, like, I had to get my head back on a swivel. Like, yo, like, make this situation what you can make it and just ignore everything else. Fuck it. And at the end of this, you will address her and you will tell her how this situation made you feel. And if she doesn't care, that was never your friend. Some people don't even know what, and like, they don't know how they're making you feel until you tell them. But if she doesn't care, she was never your friend. So I end up staying with the hairstylist. She let me stay inside her hotel room. Every city that we went to, I stayed with her, and she was mad nice, and it was so fun with her. Like, it really just gave, like, it was just fun. Like, it felt like how it was supposed to be with Ice, but she's fucking boring. Like, she's boring. She doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't even want to play Uno. Like, she doesn't even want to do anything. The bus rides be bad, boring. It just be boring. So, like, being with her hairstylist really showed me, like, the fun side of the tour. And she even said it herself, like, yeah, you made this tour so, like, easy going. Like, you just made it fun. And I'm glad that she felt that way because she made that for me, too. And thank you, girl. Now, moving forward, this is when it starts to really feel like mistreatment and just weird stuff. So the hairstylist shows me like a menu and stuff. She's like, oh, production and whatever, they're gonna order food for everybody, pick what you want. I was like, okay, I'll get a chicken salad just like you. Like, I'll just get a chicken salad. Then she shows me like a message where somebody from production is like, Cleo is not a part of the budget. So I'm just like, how am I not a part of the budget, but y'all invited me on tour? Like, who and why didn't they tell you? And why didn't they tell you that make sure Cleo's good? Make sure Cleo's good. Cleo is a part of the budget. Make sure Cleo's good. The same way you told me that I was going to be good, why is your production saying that I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Chicken salad? I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Y'all could have bought that chicken salad and literally got the money from my manager or me. But y'all wanted to show me so bad that I can't get nothing and that nobody is here for me that I couldn't even get a chicken salad. I yagged. I was like, wow, this shit is corny. I ain't saying nothing. No, remember I said I wasn't saying anything about anything. I was just going to take everything in and whatever. So my manager ends up getting me an assistant to come on tour with me, somebody to help. They met me in Chicago. So now the Chicago show was lit as fuck. It was so fun. I love Chicago. But yeah, she came, she helped me, whatever. And the only reason why she even came in the first place was because she was told that she was going to be able to go on Riot's bus. And then at the end of the show, she was told that Riot said you can't come on his bus. And she was just so confused because that's the reason why she came all the way to Chicago in the first place. And Riot is not even on his own bus. He's on the bus with Ice. So it was just so mind-boggling, you know? And he probably didn't even say that. They probably just didn't even want me to have anybody. And that was the vibe that I was starting to get, that they actually do want me to struggle. They want me to struggle a little bit. They want to see if I'm gonna stay. It's like they want to put this pressure on me. And let me tell you, the devil will not win, boo. He will not win. He will not win. He will not win. He was starting to get to me, but he didn't win. Sent her all the way back to New York, and I was left again with nobody. I got a little piece of help, and then I was done for. Now we're in Texas. We're in between Texas and Mexico. What do you guys think of when y'all think Texas, between Texas and Mexico? Desert. Tumbleweeds, nothing for miles. No Uber Eats, no Uber 2 Eats, and there's nothing. We're at a Best Western or whatever one of those hotels are. We're in the middle of nowhere. That's how you know, because we're at one of those Best Western hotels. And yeah, no food. There's a McDonald's all the way down the block, 8-minute walk. Probably gonna get bit by scorpions and all sorts of other bugs while walking through the desert to McDonald's. So me and her hairstylist were in the hotel. We just sleeping and stuff. It's like 2 o'clock. We get up around like 5 or 6. I call Ice. I'm getting ready and shit. Me and her hairstylist is about to make videos or whatever. I'm like, oh, let's make TikToks. She's like with that soulless demon face, just you're with my hairstylist, so like, damn, my bad. It was really seeming like she didn't really want me to be friends with her hairstylist, but it's like, damn, bitch, I don't got no friends. So I'm gonna make friends with bitches that actually wanna be my friend. I'm sorry. I hung up on her after that because it was just like, ew, like, all right, I'm with your hairstylist, so what that mean? Like, oh, like, I can't, like, I'm not ready, obviously. Like, it was just the attitude around it that was just so weird and corny to me. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Went downstairs, and I seen her in the lobby, and her and some other boy, one of his friends, is just standing there, you know, with a basketball. I'm like, oh, what y'all just did? Oh, we was playing basketball, whatever. Nobody said anything about eating. Nobody. I'm like, me and the hairstylist keep talking about food. We like, oh damn, we mad hungry. Like, we mad hungry, just at McDonald's. Or nobody said anything about food while me and her are talking about how hungry we are. Now we go to the boys' bus, tour bus, and we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We fake want a man with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, word, there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate. Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse. Everybody went to a steakhouse and left me, the hairstylist, and the makeup artist. Everybody went to go get a bite. Steak, mash, cream corn, spinach. And we didn't have anything. We didn't eat at all. We're trying to figure out how to get a McDonald's, and y'all all ate already? Nobody mentioned it. You know why nobody mentioned it? Because it was a secret. It was a secret, and I gagged. One of the things that I have to charge to the game, I guess. I'm like, what? They said, don't say anything. We don't want to make it a problem. All right, I'm not going to say anything. One of the things I'm just going to have to bring up when I'm ready to leave. And that's another thing that I later realized when I reflected on everything, that this girl was really mad at me for saying something about that luggage, bro. She was so mad at me for saying something. Like, she don't want nobody say nothing to her. Like, she tried to low-key torture me. Like, she was trying to low-key do it. Like, she wasn't trying to do it too much, but she was trying to still, like, show me, like, yeah. And I'm just like, I didn't even know that until I brought all of this up to her, and she showed me that she didn't give a fuck. Girl, fuck you. I was like, oh my God, just went on tour with somebody that hates my guts. Wow. So for you guys that don't know how a tour bus looks, it looks like a slave ship. Very similar to a slave ship. 3 bunks stacked up on top of each other very tightly on each side. Some may have more, but this bus that we was on had 3. And then she has her big room in the back, which I was staying at for the first couple of days until I blew things by saying something about my bag. As an artist, why the hell would I want to leave the venue carrying my bags? We'll never know why she wanted me to look so crazy. We'll never know. Actually, we do know. But yeah. So that's how the bus looks. And while we were in New Orleans, there was another situation where we was on the bus from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Me and the makeup artist, me and the hairstylist, well, all of us, we were told to get on the bus because at this point, Ice doesn't even communicate with me anymore, by the way. She like slowly, gradually stopped talking to me, and that's because I think like she realized that I was like getting cool with the people that worked for her. So now it's like she's kind of like treating me like a worker. But I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like, girl, it's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo. So they was told to get on the bus at 9, and nobody tells me anything, so I'm just doing what they said, you know. I don't get no text messages. Like I said, I don't, she doesn't tell me nothing. So I get on the bus at 9 a.m. because that's what her manager told them. Her manager doesn't even text me. That's how much I don't get anything told to me. So she was literally the one that was supposed to be talking to me. So I get on the bus at 9, wake up at 2, and we're in the same place. So you can think about it. We're on a slave ship, right? From 9 to 2 p.m. in the same place, thinking that we're moving and that by the time we wake up, we won't even be there anymore. So to find out we're in the same place It's so crazy. My legs are cramping now. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, niggas is treating us like fucking luggage for real. Like, yeah, let's just throw the luggage on the bus. Like, girl, what? We're humans. Can you tell us that you're not leaving right now? When somebody asks, like, why didn't we leave yet? Because Ice didn't feel like leaving yet. And I'm just like, bro, this is so crazy. I texted her, I was like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm on the way. I'm like, bro, what? You could have been told niggas not to get on the bus because you're not leaving yet. Y'all go and do something. Y'all walk around or look around and just travel around, whatever, because we're not leaving yet. But instead, you let us sit up in that tour bus for that long, girl. And you didn't even give a fuck when I told you about any of this. And that shit is what really hurts the most, how much she didn't give a fuck. So I'm actually glad that I didn't say anything during the tour. Let me tell y'all something. The type of person that I am, bro, if I say how I feel, this is how the situation in Philly made me feel, and I see that you don't give a fuck, that starts to turn me. So I didn't want to be turned so bad that I spaz on her. I spaz on her. I swing on her. I'm locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even want that to come out of this at all. Because the way she goes back and forth and the way she's ready to argue, that's somebody that knows that they got people behind her. Because that mouth would not be running like that 2 years ago. I'll tell you that much. I was going to leave after we was left in the desert and they went to the steakhouse behind our backs. I was going to leave after that. But I'm like, you know what? Let me do the Dallas and Houston show. Let me bring my girl Asian out. Let me make the best out of this situation once again. And that was going to be it. My mom, she wasn't able to make it to the New York show. She comes to Atlanta. She's like how she's coming to Atlanta because it was my aunt's 70th birthday and she wanted to see me. So I'm like, damn, I got to do the Atlanta show just for her. Love you, mommy. Now we're going to get into the dispute that ended everything. So I addressed everything to her. I should actually show how I addressed it, because although it was very long, I want you guys to also keep in mind how so close friendships and relationships feel. Like, the breakup feels the same, the way you express yourself, it can kind of feel the same. As, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is very similar. So when I was explaining everything that I went through, it was a long ass paragraph, and like I was talking to my nigga, like I was breaking everything down because I want you to know exactly how I feel and how it made me feel. Exactly what I went through and how it made me feel. I want you to understand it. And I also want you to put yourself in my shoes and ask yourself if you would even go through that. You know what I'm saying? Because people fail to realize that she skipped a very important part in her career, which was the grind. She barely had to do that. She barely had to do that. And that's okay. Some people are lucky. Some people are lucky, and we're going to call it luck. We're not going to call it her being blessed, because I don't think the Lord will bless somebody like her. Her soul it doesn't belong to the person above. She is very dark and very soulless. And I've never been around this girl for more than 10 hours. Anytime I hung out with her, it was something very small, a small gathering, a small event. It was video shoots, you know what I'm saying? It never was chilling in the crib, face not done, chilling. You get what I'm saying? Like, on some real friend shit. That's why I kind of got annoyed when a lot of people thought he was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, but it was like, we were still cool. Like, that was still my girl, bro. So it was just her energy. I got to witness this very firsthand. I was around her every day, 24/7. I mean, not all the time, because she would go straight to the back into that room, and when I would see her, like at the venue and whatever, because after the Philly situation, I barely saw her. She was dark. She just, oh my God, like, it's even scary to talk about. Like, bro, that girl, she needs to be saved. Like, I don't know if she was always like that, if it's Hollywood, but Hollywood never changed me. Like, Hollywood never changed me. But Nikki was very, very correct when she said, ain't no friends in the game. ain't no friends in the game. But me thinking like, oh, like I was cool with Ice like before all of this, da 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 da. I didn't think like she was gonna be a weirdo over time. Like that shit was crazy. So when I told her about everything, she literally turned around. Like when I say everything, I told her everything. I'm gonna put it in a screenshot. Honestly, it felt like it could have been a miscommunication here. She winds up telling me that she told her manager, basically after the Philly situation, she told her manager to tell my manager that I'm gonna need to get my own room. What I was confused on is that I told you how I felt in Philly, but you couldn't tell me how you felt in Philly. And that's why we weren't really friends. That's how I realized that we weren't really friends, because you can't even speak up to me, but had the audacity to say that I didn't say any of those stuff to you because I'm scared of you. Why would I be scared of you? I didn't want to punch you. I didn't want to say all those stuff above and then you completely ignore it. Because that's what you did when I mentioned the stuff that had happened in Philly. You ignored it. Like you did not care. So with that being said, if I was to explain everything like how I explained it, you would literally not care at all.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, my opinion is this. I would have to go back and read the response, but I read some of it. And I don't know what this ICE person is like in real life. But let me tell you about a business relationship and how it goes when you're like on tour. Okay? I don't think it's fair that Ice Spice is being called out for practices that didn't need to be. Did they get vindictive against a friend? Did she did? When she complained about a bag? Yeah. But you're an opening act on the tour. There's not going to be a hairdresser. There's not going to be a stylist for you if you're not in that budget. You're somebody she called and said, hey, I'm going to bring you on tour. Now, I did read where Ice Spice said she was ungrateful and that she had only 10,000 followers and has an opportunity to grow by being on the tour. Now, that is a fact. She didn't have to get brought on the tour at all. She was not supposed to be on the tour. She was called and was invited. Now, she said she was supposed to stay there and stay in the room with her. And I guess that didn't happen. And now she's upset that her security didn't carry her bags. It's not going to happen, B. It's not going to happen. Your manager should have done his job, he or she should have done their job when you were out there. Have somebody to make sure you was all right. That's your manager's job. So when they said you can go on tour, it's your manager's job to make sure everything is everything. Now, if you told the manager that this is what it was, and when you got there things was different, then okay, I could see that. But I could see, like she said, for the Chicago show, her manager showed up and things changed. The manager showed up and then everybody got on point. Everybody seemed to wake up and said, okay, let's get to work here. and things got better. The thing about the food was petty. That's Ice Spice thing. But again, that's your assistant's job. Your assistant's job is to make sure y'all can get something to eat. You're putting too much allowances into thinking because you're friends with Ice Spice that you are privy privy to everything Ice Spice gets. Her team, everything that works for her, what have you. Never go in a situation thinking my friend got me. Floyd Mayweather took us everywhere he went, and he was paying. But if Floyd didn't pay or said, "Hey, you can't be here," or Floyd ain't paying for you, I wasn't the one that's saying, "Oh man, I'm stuck. What am I gonna do?" I could always pay my way or I could always get my own. And I made sure I'm not going anywhere if I don't have that type of control. Like Floyd was buying everybody, I was going to pay for my own meal. And they was like, no, don't do that. You'll offend him. So that's the only reason I didn't, because I didn't want to offend him in front of like all these people he paying for. Now, everyone who didn't see or understand the situation altogether would assume that, oh my God, we're the best of friends. I'm sleeping. He gonna get me a bed at the house. No, that wasn't clearly not the case. Now, when you understand everything in full, then maybe everybody could see the situation form for itself. Floyd isn't obligated to do anything for me, just like Ice isn't obligated to do anything for that girl. She brought her on tour and gave her an opportunity. Now, if she promised her things and then those things changed, then that is on ice. But still, you got to be prepared in case things change. You can't be out there as an artist and unprepared for what's to come. Now, the way you're talking about amenities and food and the budget and you don't have money for your own food, you're complaining about a chicken salad. Most people who are opening acts and they're on the road on a tour bus, they grind it to get to where they got to get to. They didn't go on Twitter and say, this bus is too small. This bus is a slave ship. This bus is this. And she's treating me bad. Now, you went on and saying, yeah, you've only met this girl 2 years ago. You don't know her whole life. Now, if you don't know this woman's whole life and you flip off at the lid every opportunity you get, I just don't understand. I think this is a miscommunication between somebody who think that they're supposed to get things because Ice Spice is their friend. The thing that you got was an opportunity. You know, they shouldn't have put your bag out there. You shouldn't have left your bag out in a place where it could get put. I'd have been upset about my bag too thrown out there and somebody charged some on my card. I'd have been really pissed about that, but I wouldn't have left my bag in a place where other people can be walking around. It's a tour. You don't know who could grab something, the maid, anything. So these are learning experiences you're going to have to go through. So I don't know what this girl was looking to gather by going on TikTok and doing a hour rant on something that could have been 15 minutes long. She took about a whole hour to explain to you why she wasn't happy on the tour and deemed as ungrateful. Is Ice Spice petty? Probably. Did she have to go through the grind? No. But she's become an A-list star now. You know, whether it was given to her or not, this is the reality. Now, as I get older and as I go through experiences, just got a crazy text message. So everyone who looks around keeps coming up with scenarios, ideas, and all of these things to talk about. What they don't gather is the fact that what other people do in their lives and how they move on tour, when you're the opening act, you don't have a lot of time on stage. So when you don't have a lot of time on stage, this is the scenario you live in. Now, when you're in a scenario like this, walk. But she stayed on the tour and toughed it out. If you felt you're being mistreated and it's not getting any better, it's getting worse, walk. You're not in the budget. You're not going to talk to her no more when this is over anyway. Why be the opening act? Walk. If that's your opinion, is that you're not going to speak to this girl anymore, y'all not going to be friends or cool anymore, then walk. Make 15 disc records on Ice Spice on your CD coming out. Good luck with that. You're an opening act finna start your career off dissing the A-lister that put you on a track. Whoever your manager is, I hope they manage you in a way of saying that's a bad idea. If your album is about mentioning Ice Spice, you might as well change your records already. Change your songs. Because no one's going to be interested in that. You'll get buzzed for about a week. Then it's going to fade away. And you'll look like the disgruntled employee. Anyway, I'm out because listening to this girl rant for about an hour was just more than enough for me. I can't even deal with this. So Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, The Star Report. I'm out the door right now. I'm gonna bounce. I want to say shouts out to Showface News, the mayor, and welcome to HD. It's HD's birthday, by the way. Welcome to HD IITV. Happy birthday to you. I'm out the door. Thanking you.